Hello everyone and welcome back. In the previous session we added customer ID and product ID fields onto the orders table, and that is now going to enable us to look up other fields in those tables and add them onto the orders table here. So in order to do that, I've copied some header information from both of those tables. So the fields we want are the customer's name information, some product information, unit price and VAT. And that's all going to be obtained automatically using a function called Xlookup. So without further ado, let's just do that. So I'm going to add these columns now onto the orders table. So I'll just drag these headers over here. Again, these header names have to exactly match their header names in the appropriate tables in products or customers. Now for our own convenience, I'm going to cut this table out of here and place it into this sheet. And we're going to use a function called Xlookup now to look up the information in those sheets. Construct the Xlookup as follows. So we say in the cell that we want the information, so in this case I want the customer first name, I say equals Xlookup, open bracket. When I see the tooltip come up here, I go to the function dialog box, and the first thing it asks me is what is the lookup value. So the lookup value is, in this case, is the customer first name, so it's the customer ID field. The lookup array, so where am I looking for that number? I'm looking for it in this column here. So I'm looking for 1 in a column containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the return array I want is the first name. So I'm looking for customer ID 1 and I want to get the first name. So this is the column I want, so I select the column. And then the nice thing about Xlookup is that if it doesn't find an answer, I can put something in here that lets me know that. So I can just put in not found if it doesn't find it. But because we're using the function wizard here, I can see that has a result already. Jack is the result, which is what I want. So that's the reassuring thing about using the function wizard. As you're constructing the function, you can see the results for each argument as you put them in, and then you can see the result of the function, and you can see the result in the entire formula. So that's fine, that's what I want, and say OK. A benefit also of using tables is that once the formula is in one cell, it will automatically copy all the way down. Because we've done that once, I can, if I want, I can copy that using Control-C, paste it in here, Control-V, and then although it says Jack, there's only one thing needs to change here, and that is the customer last name. Change last name for first name. So there's the last name there. So select that, make sure that the table is unfiltered, and you select the entire column. So you get a return array that looks like that, customer table, customer last name. And this is the sort of list you get beside it. So make sure that happens and say OK. We can do the same now for the product. So we'd say equals X lookup and the function. In this case, the lookup value is going to be the product ID. The lookup array is going to be the product's ID field. And the return array, in this instance, is the product name. So I go to the products field and I go to the products table and I go to the product name field here. Again, make sure that this table is not filtered, and you select the entire column, only the data, do not include the headers when you're doing this. If not found, say not found and say OK. That's the product name. Again, I can Control-C, I can copy that and paste it into those two fields there, and I can edit that then for the unit price. So function, and it's not the product name I want anymore, it's the unit price. Again, unfiltered, and select only the data. Say OK, and the VAT, same again, edit, and it's not the product name I want the VAT. Select the VAT in the products table, unfiltered, and the entire column. Say OK. And that's that done. So very, very quickly, what we've done is we have moved from the order information just being an order number, order line, order date, order quantity. We have now added customer and product information from the other tables. The beauty of this is that all this information from here on out is all automatically calculated. If it needs to be changed, it gets changed once in the other tables, and it is correct all the time. So that's that for now. And in the next session, we look at adding calculated columns onto this table so we can calculate totals, etc. Have a practice with that. Thanks a lot for now, and talk to you next time. All the best. Bye for now.